I'm ready when you are.
All right, today's date is June 20th, 2016. It's approximately 14:06 hours. I'm here at 1313 St. Anthony Place at Kindred. We're here with Daryl Wilson. This is in reference to case number 8016040759. Also present is Detective Chris Rutherford and Dane Lawrence with the video forensic unit. And Daryl, do you remember that day and what happened? Blink if yes. You do remember? Okay. Do you remember Jennifer being there with you? Okay. And is Jennifer your girlfriend? Was your girlfriend at the time? Yes. Were you guys having some domestic issues at the time? If you guys were fighting at the time? Yeah. Were you going to move out of the apartment at the time too? Or do you remember that? Okay. Do you remember, do you know your neighbors that live next door? You know who they were? If I showed you pictures of your neighbors, would you know who they were? Yeah. Were your neighbors involved in any of this? Yes. Do you recognize her? Is that Jody? And that's your neighbor? Did she have a boyfriend who was also a problem there? Is that him? Yes? Okay. I'm trying to read your facial expression, so. Is his name Brian? Or do you know his name? Are those the two people that are responsible for what happened to you guys? Yes? Did you guys have a fight with them inside your apartment?
An argument?
Any kind of argument? Did you guys let them into the apartment or did they force their way in? Do you know? Do you remember?
Did you let them in? They forced their way in?
They forced their way in? Both of them? Was there anyone else with them? There was? One other person? Okay. Was he white? Okay. Would you describe him as being older than you? Had you seen him before? The third guy? Have you ever seen him before? You have? Okay.
Do you know his name?
No? Okay. Did they take anything out of your apartment? No? Do you remember if Jennifer was shot first? You don't remember? Or do you think you were shot before she was?
So not yes if you were shot first.
No, you were not shot first. Jennifer was shot first?
Or you don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
Do you know who shot you?
Was it one of the people in the pictures that I showed you? Is it one of these two people that I showed you pictures of that shot you? It was the third guy? Or was it him? Was it her? They were both there? They were both part of it inside your apartment?
Okay. Did she come inside your apartment when this happened? Was she there?
Yes.
And was he there?
Yes. So both of them are there.
And then one more person? Did the one more person shoot you?
You don't know?
You don't know or you don't remember? You don't know?
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. But you're sure that these two people were there when it occurred? Okay. Now I'm gonna say this with not trying to make you look bad or anything, but did any of this happen because of a certain incident? Was this over a robbery? Was this over drugs? And don't be afraid to tell me. I'm just trying to find out how this happened. And I'm not looking to, make anybody look bad or get them in trouble. But was it over some type of drugs? Anybody catch that?
Try that again. What he's trying to say is, no matter what this was about, they don't have the right to come in and shoot you. Okay, so it doesn't make a difference why, but it's important for us to know why. Okay, so don't feel like anybody's going to get in trouble because of whatever reason this occurred. Okay, we don't care, but the reason is important. But we're just trying to figure out why that was. Was it over drugs?
Was it something that happened in the club? Or was Jennifer working at a club at the time? No. Was it a fight just between neighbors? Did either one of you guys owe anybody any money? No.
Was it, but there was an argument between you guys? Between you and the other three people?
Yeah, there was some type of argument, and somehow they forced their way into your all's apartment after the argument.
Was it a recent argument, or was it something that had been going on? Recent or ongoing? Like, you can say yes to either one of those. Was it recent? Something new?
Were any of them injured during any of this? Do you remember that when you all fought? No?
Did you guys fight?
No.
Were you surprised by what happened? Like, I guess what I mean was the shooting like completely out of the blue, or did you expect something bad was happening? Was it a surprise?
Yeah.
So, is it safe to say things were going good and then you got shot? Is that fair to say? Yes? No? So, do you know why they shot you guys?
You don't know why? You don't know why they shot you? No.
Is there anyone we can talk to find out why?
Anything else you can think of?
Is there a way for us to find the third person? Do you know a name or a nickname? Do you know a nickname? Or a street name? Like if I started giving you letters one at a time, would we be able to spell out the name or a nickname? Like do a first letter is? Can we do that? Oh, perfect. Can we try to spell out their name? Do you know enough of a first name or a last name that we could try to spell out? For the third person? Would the third person be in one of your phones?
No.
As a contact? Do you know a first name? Chris? Are you saying yes to Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the last name?
Daryl, I found a couple of cell phones in your all's apartment when I went there. Can you tell me if any of these are yours, if I show them to you? Is that your cell phone? Or Jennifer's cell phone? Is it one of their cell phones? Or is it an old cell phone? No? You don't know? Okay. But this cell phone, is that your cell phone? No? Is it Jennifer's cell phone? No? Do you know whose cell phone it is? No? I have one more that I pulled out of there. Is this one yours? Is it Jennifer's? Yes? This one's Jennifer's? Okay. And that is the Android TrackPhone ZTE Midnight model Z768G. Before the day that you got shot, Have they been to your apartment before? They have. Were you guys friends? Yes. Were they over at your apartment in a friendly matter before the shooting happened? So you guys were hanging out at your apartment beforehand?
Was one of them angry with you or Jennifer?
Was that third person over there at the apartment too, with you guys hanging out that day? No? Did he come later? Yeah.
Did he come to sell or buy something? I mean, it's okay if that's what happened.
Did you guys let that third person in to your apartment? Did he force his way into your apartment? Did he come there with these guys to your apartment?
Did Jennifer know Chris? Did she know him better than you? Is it an ex of Jennifer's?
Is it anybody from the neighborhood? Did Chris live with them next door? Did they know Chris before that day? Okay. Is that how Chris got to your apartment? Is through them? They bring him over? Okay. And Chris is a white guy. Would you say he is shorter than I am? Taller than I am? Shorter? No? Taller? Okay. Dark hair?
Blonde hair?
Blonde hair? Shaved head? Shaved head?
Short, really short hair? Like mine?
Like his? There you go.
Brown? Short brown hair?
Okay.
Blue eyes? Brown eyes? I don't know what color eyes.
Do you know? If you don't know, that's fine too. No, I don't think he knows that one. Everything on
See,
age.
fat? Skinny? Medium? Muscular? Muscular? Facial hair? Clean shaved?
About age, kind of age ranging.
Older than 30? Older than 40? 30 to 40?
Did Chris have a gun? Yes. Did Brian have a gun? Yes.
Did they come to rob you?
Did Jody have a gun? No.
Were they at your house for a while before the shooting happened? Or was it bam, bam?
Were you guys hanging out at your house before the shooting for a little while? No. It happened almost as soon as they came over?
Did you invite them in?
No.
So you or Jennifer didn't invite them in?
No.
Did they use their guns to come in? Do you know why this happened? Yes.
Did it have to do with money? No.
Was it jealousy? Like a love interest?
Drugs? No. Was it over some type of property dispute?
Can we spell out why? Let's start with the first. Was it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Daryl, I know you're probably frustrated that you can't get out what you're trying to get out to us. We're trying, and you're doing really good. I'm trying to think of some other reasons.
Revenge?
Not revenge.
Money?
Did someone steal something from somebody or rip someone off?
Did they think that?
Was it an argument that went bad? So it was just a verbal argument that escalated?
What was the argument about?
You gotta give me a question on that one.
I know. Was it an argument over money? Betting? Gambling?
Was it about something about neighbors arguing about something?
Was it Jennifer? Was it over Jennifer? Yes? Was it between Chris and Jennifer?
Was it because of you and Jennifer arguing? Yeah.
Were they being protective of Jennifer?
They were.
Did you shoot anybody? Did Jennifer get upset with them for getting upset with you?
Did Jennifer fight with any of those people? Did you fight with any of those people? Alright, hang on here. Were you and Jennifer fighting in your apartment and the people next door came over because you all were fighting and you all had words back and forth and then they produced guns and shot you both? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. You guys were being too loud and arguing. They came over and got in the middle of it and you guys kind of turned on them. Instead of fighting with each other, they came over. Does that sound right? Okay. So you guys were in a domestic situation. They stepped in. You guys kind of turned from fighting with each other to arguing with them, and it escalated. Does that sound right? Okay. When they came to your apartment, did you guys argue off of the front, like right away? Did they go back to their apartment and get guns and then come back? Or did they have them with them when they came over? Did they have them with them when they came over? Did they have guns when they came to your apartment the first time? Or did they only come... I'm trying to figure out... Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out a way to ask this for you.
Did they leave and come back with weapons?
No, they had them on them when they first got there. Okay.
And all three came at the same time? Brian, Chris, and Jody? Were they there and you guys started arguing? You and Jennifer? And they were already in the apartment? Hanging out?
No, they came over because you were arguing? Yeah.
Do you know which of the three shot you? Was it Chris? Did he shoot Jennifer too?
Do you know? No, you don't know. Did Brian shoot anyone? No.
Did Jody shoot anyone?
No.
Do you have any questions for us that we can try to help you with?
No. Daryl, you did really good. You were really good. You gave us a lot, and now we can get some work done. It's been real slow going. I'm not going to lie to you. We didn't really have a lot. You couldn't talk, and Jennifer couldn't talk, and we didn't have any witnesses to it. Jody and Brian moved out of the apartment. We never saw them again. They left everything in the apartment and left. So now that I know that they're definitely involved, that's my next step, is to go talk to them. And we're going to go from there, and hopefully I'm going to find out who Chris is from them. Does that sound good? Awesome. And your family has my business card and my phone number, and I'm talking to them back and forth. So we can get in touch with each other, okay? Be good. We're gonna get this done. You get yourself some rest, okay? Start feeling better, and we'll check on you again. We'll come back if we have any more questions, okay? Thank you.
Take care.
It's 14:36.